You know, some of you have seen some of these photos before, but come on, speed it up. You know, these are the sort of the images, but I do generally believe we've turned a corner. You know, I've been doing this job now nearly 3 years now, and I've seen some real changes in attitudes with regard to environmental work on pig units. Just a quick one, you know, we saw this potentially in AHDB last year, 18 months ago, in which myself and Kate from the southern region, we did our basis soil and water qualification, which is a lot on erosion of soils and stuff like that. So we, you know, like the other people in the room, can come out to farm and give you some advice on these areas, especially when you're filling in the management plans that we have on our websites and that are free to available. We've updated all the literature now, you know, the website and the app as well. Like I said, this is a second meeting, bringing everyone together. Myself also in this region, I've done specialised training, and Sue as well on the mainly indoor IPPC stuff for producers as well. So the help is out there, you know, just put your hand up and ask for it. You know, we all like to see that would be the picture. You know, we all hope that would be the picture. But, you know, as I've mentioned before, you know, outdoor pigs, we tend to have a little bit of a get out of jail card because we're not under IPPC. You know, those who are involved with the indoor stuff are, and they know the hoops they have to jump through. But we do have some other little things that have all been mentioned today. The Water Framework Directive, the SPZs, the WPZs, the GAIACs, the SMRs, the GOAPs, the NVZs and the CFZs. They're all in the background, and hopefully they've all been flagged up today just to get you, if you didn't know about them, thinking about a little bit more. You know, the GAIACs, just to break it down, number 1 is the buffer strips along watercourses. We've been talking about that today. 4 and 5 is for soil cover, which covers your erosion issues. But also what's just been lightly mentioned today, you know, can we use it to our advantage to improve in the organic matter we put back in the soil? Maybe as an industry we need to work on that to help sell it to the landlords, to get the landlords to the table a little bit more, to promote outdoor pigs a little bit more. You know, the SMRs, statutory management requirements, you know, number 1 is the water pollution. You know, they're all there, we're all related. You know, as I said before, Tim was going to be here today, but he couldn't do, we had to change. You know, we have some real good videos on the website now. Also, you know, as been mentioned, Philip as well with the subsoiling one. Everything's there for you. The website on our app as well, you know, we've got the risk mapping, we've got the field gradients, soil type, soil compaction. They're all there to help you along. One thing I want to just touch on, which I thought one of the other guys might have picked up on, but I pinched these slides from, wrote it down somewhere. It's gone, Severn Trent, so please keep this in the room. Fecal indicator organisms, Cryptosporidium. Now, these guys maybe get a little bit excited. We talked about what was more important. Was it the nitrogen or was it the bacteria in the water? This isn't a bacteria. Those who don't know, it's a parasite. And these are the things that, you know, Rob and stuff like that will get very excited about if they're getting it into the watercourse. But we've already touched on this source pathway receptor, and just want to put into pictures what we can see. You know, this is us downstairs, down below on the pig units. You know, slurry spreading, manure spreading, animal muck, direct contact. The pathway comes down here, gets into the groundwater, the aquifer, the boreholes. This is why it's important, these areas around these boreholes. It's not just the nitrogens and stuff like that, it's this little bugger as well. So I just wanted to put that in pictures just to explain it a little bit, which hopefully just done that. I know I'm rushing through it a little bit, but just a little bit reinforcement in the message. This is just the back end of 2 or 3 slides I've just missed out. You know, traditionally we've all had the water troughs in the area, but now, you know, there's a slight change now. They're starting to see more common on units. And there's other benefits that some of the producers are starting to see. You know, the saving in water, big one, big tick box for these guys. Practical minded guys, it's speeded up the move by 2 weeks because you take that tank to the new paddock and it's full of water. You don't have that last job of the day getting all your water plumbed in, so it's giving you a little bit of time. The bacteria counts as well have shown to be down in these water troughs as well. These are food-lined tanks as well, so they protect the bacteria, keep the bacteria levels down, and also the farm that it was on, for the practical guys, there was a bit of an increase in the weaning weights, so that's something else to think about. And as I said before, we've got 400 litre tanks. You've got some water storage there, and it's been shown it'll cope down to -5, because even if it does get frozen, as soon as the pigs start biting on here, it thaws the tanks out. Just a quick refresher, I still see this going round on some farms, not just pig farms, arable farms, dairy farms as well. Manure heaps. I know it's trying to get 10 metres from this and 50 metres from this can be a little bit difficult, but just try and make a little bit more of a conscious effort to where we go with these manure heaps, because these are the first point of call the likes of Rob and Helen look at, when there's a problem with the water from under the land you're on. So, future. Have we learnt the lessons? I think we have. Some of you may have seen this next video. Apologies for the chap introducing it. Despite the sunny conditions, it was freezing cold there. But hopefully this might just answer maybe potentially going forward. Well, apologies for that. There was a lovely video of showing this unit, and they do strip grazing, of which they do half grass, half pigs. What was already being commented on here. If you want to look at the video, it's on our website. Apologies, we did have it going earlier on, but it didn't go. These are some photos earlier on this year. The video was brilliant. We can show it again afterwards when we have the teas and coffees, if that'd be brilliant. We've got lines of strip here on grass. Even done it all on his dry sow areas as well, so you can see we've got paddock areas, green areas, and paddocks again. Strict management on the tracks and the traffic. Very light land down there, so ideal for this sort of work. What was shown on the video was that the farrowing paddocks had just been flipped onto the new site. The old strip had been cleared out. This was 6-7 weeks ago. This was levelled out, re-drilled with a flower strip, because he was actually moving this summer. So instead of reseeding it with grass, he's put a flower strip in, a floral strip in, and these photos were taken yesterday. Yes, and granted that's June, not a nice sunny day, but doesn't that paint a lot better picture of an outdoor pig unit? That's a slight area we need to work out. I think he does pack them a little bit tight, maybe. Sorry, not wrong. Yeah, yeah. But these were taken yesterday, as I say, and we're going to hopefully do some more work with him going forward regards to the MP and K and leaching testing. So I think there'll be a conversation afterwards regards some funding for that as well. But it's a shame we couldn't show the video, because those who know Mark, he's very forward thinking. They've got a very business down there, and which they have a brand that they sell very well. But his next part of his brand is to put the environmental package on his brand as well. He's got chefs going around his unit every other day, so he's very keen to show pigs in a very positive way. Even around the headlands, we're not, for those who cannot do such a wide scale project, just start in the corners, the no-go areas in the corners. Let's just start thinking little tiny steps. Let's just start building up a little bit. Even around the headlands, a little bit of work like that. And you may think, well, or you can just let it grow. And you'll all be thinking, well, that's Mark Hayward, or those who know him, that's him down the south. But no, someone else is doing it in the middle region, in the central region as well. And he loves it. He's just putting grass down, playing like that. So is it something we could think about going forward? I don't know. With all potentially the grants and that going forward, maybe some projects more, we could do it more on some farms going forward.
In Suffolk and this one, are they getting costings for this? Like, what are the economics of actually doing it this way?
No, but it's something, they've got the costings for putting it, how much it costs to do it. but he doesn't see it as a cost. He sees it as a environmental thing. You know, there's a young girl down there from Otley College, and she's doing all the bee counts, bird counts, and everything, all the insect counts. She's taking a full environmental picture every month, measuring everything environmentally with a project, you know, to bringing it all together as part of her work at the college. So she's measuring everything from bees, insects, to full works, and she's found some real interesting relationships to types of flowers and types of birds, and numbers of bees and different bees and butterflies as well. So it's really interesting stuff down there. Just go on, sorry.
He's obviously able to charge a premium. Or
He charges a very big premium.
does that mean because that you're providing what the customer wants?
He's probably one of the few. Is that right, Colin? Who rings up and says, "I'm upping my price this week," and I say, "Yeah." He top.
That'd be a good story, wouldn't it? Pigs save bees.
Yeah. Potential trial. Just finish on a few photos. Just what I've seen actually going around, which works to here. This is an outdoor unit, same area. Can't actually see it on the photo, but this is a slope here and a slope down to what would be a general wet area. Dug a hole there, which is a sediment trap and a water runoff area. Same again, big long track on a slope here. He's dug a pit here to catch the water, to stop it all running through onto the road. So be careful. I don't quite know the permutations of digging with different substrates and subsoils and things like that, but maybe a good conversation to have with the landlord before you do this sort of thing. But you know, this is actually happening now. This one, can't really see it, but this is a Weiner field. Bit of a slope here, track here and a pond here. What you can't see here, there's two plough breeds here, but instead of the second one filling the furrow, he's stepped it out, so he's got two ridges there, which just potentially breaks anything coming down from this slope here. Just a simple thing, the plough furrow. Anyone can do that, hopefully. Just a comment that was made a couple of weeks ago at the Pigs 22 conference. Richard Williamson, Managing Director from Beeswax Farming, big organisation. Very keen to get his customers round and showing all the growing crops and things like that. Weren't interested. But as soon as they found out there's marsh harriers nesting on the land, they were really interested. You know, it's just that different message potentially outdoor pigs can maybe sell. So, in summary, let's start to manage a little bit for the future. Understand the impact your unit could have on water quality below ground. You know, for these guys we've invited here today. That's a bit of an old slide. If what's in my backyard's maybe coming down. But I think there's potential for two things there. There's your proposal, and Ed's already model as well. I think there's something there we could work together going forward to help you know your SPZ zones, your GAIACs, your SMR, water management. Like I said, I just chopped a few slides out. You know, limit your wastage as much as you can to help these guys, because they have a job to supply water to the public, but also to us as well. So we can, you know, as already been mentioned, we are not always the cause. There's other industries as well, but if we can just do our little bit, and also water costs, you know, so the less you use, the better. Soil management plans, like I said, you know, we and other people as well can help you set your new units up. We can do the risk assessments, put it all on the data. What is in one of them plans there, which I think was questioned earlier on, where we inherit land that's come from potatoes or maize, it's in a bog. That all goes into the plan, because you do a pre-appraisal of the field as you receive it, and then you take the management forward. So if there is an issue going forward, the mitigation things and the insurance that was mentioned earlier on, you say, well, this is how we inherited the land. I know it sounds like you're shifting the blame to the landlord, but it's in there to help us. But we'll take it forward that we need to try and somehow get landlords more involved in this discussion. But I think, as Colin said, we're only a small percentage. You know, there's other industries as well, and other people who rent the same land who need to be in the same conversation as well. But if we could just do our little bit, you know, and hopefully shine the light a little bit. Buffer strips as well. You know, we've talked a lot about that today. You know, widths of them. Yeah, you know, those who are more on the ground, just understand this a little bit more. Source, pathway, receptor. You know, is your field the cause of it? Does it send it through, or does it receive everything? Just understand that a little bit more, and it'll just make things easier. Grass margins, we've talked about. Field ditches, we've touched on. You know, certainly where I come from, there's a few more ditches around field, maybe not so many around here. But if you go into a field and the ditch is rammed and the water's not flowing, you know, it's basic drainage. The drainage isn't going to work. That's maybe a conversation to have with the landlord prior to going onto the land. Are the ditches running? Manure heaps, yeah, we touched on that as well. Just to be a little bit more conscious of where they go and record where they go as well, which is part of the management plans. Cover crops, I think we've started a real good conversation of that going forward. I think there'll be some good work going on that. And pollinator strips, which is just a little bit what a slide I took out. Thank you.